What's good, everyone? Hope everyone's week is going alright. This week's video is on when boxers aura farm. Pretty much when boxers intentionally or unintentionally become the main character and create a moment of pure cinema. With that being said, let's start the video. You have DeMarcus Corley come in dressed up as Ichigo and Neri as King from Tekken. 100% of the time after the fighter announcements, costumes will be taken off. However, this never happened and you had an epic face-off between the two. You couldn't have asked for a better promotion leading to your prize fight campaign. From the ring walk to the announcement, Eubank after this display must deliver, and he sure did within a matter of seconds. The first punch thrown of the fight would lay Santos out. Eubank would make it natural and find the broadcast camera and posed while Santos was being counted out. Luckily, the broadcast director would switch to the right camera angle at the right time, creating this memorable moment. Followed up after the KO, Eubank would cut up a promo for a fight against Nigel Benn.
I'd like you to know, Nigel, that I can punch as hard as you, only I am more controlled. My strength, my velocity in punching is much more controlled than you are. This is why I shall take you out on the night of the 18th of November. You are mine, you belong to me. I am the man. I'm not clairvoyant. I am the man, and I will continue to be the man for as long as I am undefeated. I am the man.
I'm him. I've been him. I will continue to be him.
Right before the opening bell, Joshua would put on some Eubank-esque vibes. Joshua would drop Martin, then seconds after getting up, he would drop Martin with the same exact combination where Joshua would take a casual stroll back to the corner. Then when Martin was counted out, he would very comedically look over to the crowd on one side, then to the other. Fast forward some years later, Joshua would be up against Francis Ngannou. Very reminiscent to the Martin fight. In the same exact round, he would put away Martin, Joshua would knock down Francis. Francis would make it up. Joshua would only throw one punch, which was the same exact overhand he had dropped Francis with before, to this time lay him out.
Let's see if Anthony Joshua can destroy the MMA champion. It is lights out. Anthony Joshua.
Joshua would freeze very subtly, make the transition slowly to a stroll, just to have that perfect photo taken. Before we get back to the video, be sure to hit that like button to help the reach for everyone to see. If you enjoy the content, this is the best way to support this page. The comment section topic is, what fighter you know of will have a breakout year? Leave in the comments. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and let's get back to the video. There wasn't too much of Vargas prior to this point, outside of the Wanma fight. This was Vargas' first fight, and Miura was the man to face in the weight class as he was ranked number 2 by Ring. This was my first real introduction to Vargas, and from the walk to his presence during the announcements, he truly went by his nickname because on that night, he was the El Bandito. From the poncho to the hat, which casted this shadow that gave him this aura. Even more so where he looked unbothered by the shadow and the field of view. He wore it like it was a daily attire and not a costume that is worn once for 5 minutes and tossed away. This cinematic moment was purely unintentional, which makes this even cooler. Even more so, he lives up to his name and steals the fight away from the jaws of victory from Miura in an epic finish after looking like it was the end of the road.
まっているこの状態よく打ちますいいパンチをもらった止められた三浦隆敗れました
Madison Square Garden,
but I'm the real
and
deal.
I can't wait to beat you up.
I'm the real deal. I'm looking
can't
to your
wait.
face, and I'll tell you the face.
Go on. Look
I'm
at me
going
now.
to smoke your boots.
We'll see.
Because I am the best featherweight in the world.
This was pure cinema from both of them, from the pre-walk to the ring walk.
Listen, you don't run and I won't run. We'll come out and have a war in the first round.
We got a deal.
Don't back
We got
off.
a deal.
Let's do
The A-side, Prince Naseem Hamed, was really setting the scene with his ring walk, with Kelly taunting him from far. This was Hamed's US and HBO debut, so he definitely had to perform his signature ring rope jump, which he performed to a T under such pressure, then to get into the face of Kelly. During the announcements, the two were facing off while showing amazing restraint as it was allowed to continue, creating such an amazing moment.
Patterson, commissioners in attendance at ringside, Rose Trentman and Melville Southard. First Executive Director, Tony Russo. Executive Director, Jim Bosanello. Director of Boxing, Bob Duffy. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Arnold Illman and Dr. Rufus Sadler. Timekeeper at the bell.
Then for the final face-off, the broadcast director and the camera operators for HBO should have won an award for this because this was brilliantly put together.
And his opponent,
おおハメドがもう近づいてい
fighting
ま
out
す
of the blue corner, wearing leopard with Adidas trim. He must be considered as pound for pound among the best in the world. The reigning undefeated WBO featherweight champion of the world, presenting Prince Naseem Hamed.
For anyone who wants to know, the broadcast director directs what shots are being used in real time as the event is taking place, pretty much creating a movie in real time. For example, this is a horribly directed fight broadcast. There's many in the industry that do it, but few can do it well. Anyways, the pre-fight entertainment was surpassed by the fight itself, making it into the Hagler Hearns of the featherweight division.
And by the Prince and a hard left and Kelly's down for the third time
Whoa! 6, 7, 8, 9.
He's got a half a minute, and he
He's
is
gone.
definitely hurt.
He's
and the
for real.
fight is over.
He's for real. The Prince is...
This here really created the aura to end the almost 4-decade-long drought. I finally get to talk about Okinawa because my dad's side of the family is from Okinawa, formerly known as the Kingdom of Ryukyu, before it was annexed by Japan in 1879. This is supposedly the original flag, which looks pretty badass, I may say. Looks like something from One Piece. Yoko Gushkin, who is Ryukyuan/Okinawan, would be one of Japan's greatest and most influential fighters when he was fighting, and long after his retirement, as he retired awfully young at the peak of his career at 25 years of age in 1980. Pretty much the football equivalent to Hidetoshi Nakata, or the kickboxing equivalent, Masato. However, Yoko is the only one to have a statue built in his honor. He held the record for the longest as Japan's fastest fighter to become world champion, and still to this day holds the record for consecutive world title defenses in Japan, which became sacred like Marciano's undefeated streak. 12 years later, that drought would end when Akinobu Hironaka became the WBA champion in a huge upset victory against the great Edwin Rosario.
and we have a new WBA Junior Welterweight champion. His name is Akinobu Hironaka from Japan.
In a rare sight, Akinobu's ring walk, when he was champ, you can see his team waving the modern day version of the Okinawa flag. This is not a normal thing to see a fighter entering the ring against an international fighter in a title fight with their prefecture's flag. After Hironaka was dethroned, there would be an incredibly long drought with Shigeru Nakazato coming just short in his first fight with WBC champion Oscar Larios. to get shut out in the rematch. Years passed on, and Yoko Gushkin kept boxing alive in Okinawa through his gym and promotion. One of his young talents in Okinawa was Daigo Higa. Higa would make his pro debut in 2014 and swiftly move up the ranks, 12-0 with 12 knockouts, and at the age of 21, he was primed and ready for a title shot. He was up against WBC champion Juan Navarrete. Navarrete would come in heavy, making the title only eligible for Higa to win. Now we can actually cover what locked in Daigo's aura. Higa was by far the most talented fighter from Okinawa at that time. To honor his promoter/idol, he decided to use Yoko's ringwalk music, which was the 1977 Maynard Ferguson track called Conquistador. This track is 7 minutes and 30 seconds long. Every Yoko fight, he would begin his walk at a very specific part in the track.
メイナード・ファーガソンのコンキスタドール征服者です。
So during the broadcast, you see Daigo waiting for Yoko's heads up that this is the time to go.
練習はきつかったし、休みもないし、でもハードワークを3年間ずっと続けてきたから今がある。そう比嘉は話します。他の誰よりやってきた自信を持って上がる。
This truly set the tone for something special to happen, with Daigo beating Navarrete to go 13-0 with 13 knockouts and end the drought to become Okinawa's first champ since 1992.
右ストレート、取りました。新しい沖縄生まれの世界チャンピオンが。
Promoters, managers don't really show any emotions besides excitement, anger, or disappointment. You can really see how much this meant to Yoko, as he was literally fighting to hold himself back.
国体ベスト8。具志堅さんは笑顔ではありません。具志堅陽光の瞳にも涙。具志堅さんと同じ21歳で世界王者になるっていう夢が叶いましたね。そうですね。
This would be Roy's final fight at light heavyweight. He'll make this show against #1 WBC contender Clinton Woods a memorable one. As the lights go out in the venue, the theme song to the 1968 film 2001 Space Odyssey would play. Then it transitions to Isaac Hayes' Academy Award-winning 1971 track, the Shaft theme, with the reveal of dancers to the tune. A loud boom and alarm would sound off as Roy is elevated onto the stage.
You like this? George Foreman very happy. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Well,
to perform his track, And Still. A nice touch to the live version of this track. The beat transitioned to Busta Rhymes' Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See, before returning back as Roy began to approach the ring. As he enters the ring, the track will come to an impactful end. One of the biggest fights and cultural events of the 1900s, the underdog Muhammad Ali pulls off the impossible of regaining the heavyweight championship against George Foreman. When Ali was on the verge of dropping Foreman, he purposely held back any further punches because it would look great in the photos, as any more punches would have been a risk, as it would have not only missed but looked clumsy.
The moment Ali hit the knockout punch, Foreman began to go. Ali followed him around. Ali had his right cocked for one more punch, but he never threw it. He didn't want to ruin the aesthetic of this man going down with a clumsy punch on the way down.
Ali, who had a great understanding of cameras, knew exactly what he was doing there and set the photographers up with some of the most memorable photos in boxing history. And on top of that, this is when boxers aura farm. For more videos like these, be sure to like, share, and if you're new, subscribe to the Patreon for Patreon-backed projects and early access. I'm Office Honcho, and I'm out.